I'm really glad we're getting this B-roll footage. I think this'll. Okay. All right. Well. Yeah. All right. Well, it is, as they say, it is what it is. I hate that phrase because it's never said after something positive. Like, I'm gonna have sex with 12 Brazilian supermodels at the same time. It is what it is. All right. So, do the thing. Feeling good about this. I hope it's a good house. So I didn't get a chance to peek inside. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see where we're at.
Let's give it up for our headliner, originally from Colorado, Josh Snyder.
All right. Hi. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. That's my new opening joke. That's how I start everything. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming. This is my special that I want to record via Zoom, and I've been wanting to record a special for as long as I can remember. That's a lie. No, I want to be honest with you. I've wanted to record a special, I think, for about 6 or 7 years. I don't want to lie. I'm big on. I'm really trying to be honest with you, and with myself, and failing most of the time. But let's try to do it tonight. I need to address a few things. Let's talk about the visuals here. I'm not using a virtual background. I want this special to look shitty. This is the worst year of my life. I want that reflected in the camera work. I don't want to sit here and pretend that things are going great. No, this is a special that is recorded while monsters are trampling overhead. We're all in basements right now. Everything is on fire. I want the special to reflect that accordingly. I should point out my dear friend David Kronmiller is helping shoot the special. He has a camera. A really, really high-powered camera that's getting a different angle. And what I love is that what we're going to do is that we're going to use this crappy webcam for 90% of it. And then cut to a really good HD camera for like the transition shots. And that warms the cockles of my heart. Which I'm not even sure is a phrase, but it is now for the sake of this special. So that's happening. My sideburns are not the same length, as you can see. And I want to confess something to you. I could blame COVID for this, but they haven't been the same length even before COVID. So the one advantage of this whole virus situation is that now everyone looks as bad as I do, and it's considered normal. So you got to find the silver lining somewhere, right? All right. So let's get to the thesis. I feel like the special needs a thesis. So here's my thesis. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 32. And for many years, I really thought I was really frustrated because I thought that was the most interesting part of me. And I thought, isn't there anything more to me than that? That can't be everything. I'm not going to limit myself by this one fact that I didn't lose my virginity until I was 32. But now that I'm older and wiser, I've come to the conclusion that, yes, that is all there is to me. It really is. I was walking by a 7-Eleven at 11:30 p.m. last night. Every other person in this country, when they walk by a 7-Eleven at 11:30, Their thought is, I want to get some alcohol. I need alcohol right now. You know what I did? My thought was, I could really go for some hot cocoa. Folks, I did not lose my virginity until I was 32. I am that person. I will say this to people. I did not lose my virginity until I was 32, and there will be people who will not believe me. They'll say, I don't believe you. And then they follow it up inevitably by saying, you're not that bad looking. What a compliment. That's not, what? You're not Quasimodo. And I want to say to them, I'm sorry. I know I look like somebody who lost his virginity when he was 28. I am sorry that I destroyed your expectations. But yes, it is true. It took me 32 years. I did not make a move. I was terrified of making a move. And finally, after 32 years of not making a move, I met a girl and she made all the moves. And I have not had sex since, so it's probably going to take another 32 years. Basically, it's like, sex for me is like Halley's Comet. You know, it's got to check the almanac and see when it's coming. So that's that. And people ask, well, why did it take you so long? Why did it take you so long? And I was, on the one hand, I was and still am afraid. And I'm conflicted because I heard this quote that said, don't go through life trying to avoid having your heart broken because it will only break from loneliness anyway. And I encourage if any of you, if the thing that's holding you back from being in a relationship right now is fear, ask the person out. Do it right after this show. Ask them out. Because if you do that, if you get laid tonight, if you do that, it will be because of a quote from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. But I'm torn because on the one hand, yes, I was too afraid to make a move. But on the other hand, I saw a lot of red flags that I avoided. And I'm tired of apologizing for that. You have no idea how many women out there should be thanking me for not making a move. Because I looked at them, I looked at myself, I did the math, and I knew this is going to lead to a divorce. So I'm really, for a multitude of reasons, it took me 32 years to do it. And I got to say, as somebody who lost it when they were 32, I have a lot of problems with the movie The 40-Year-Old Virgin. First of all, the guy in the movie, not a real 40-year-old virgin. Obvious. And I think in this world, like if they make a repeat of that, a reboot, there we go, not a repeat, what am I, 90? If they make a reboot of that, I expect a bona fide 40-year-old virgin. I want to see papers attesting to that. But the other thing that bothered me about that movie is that it at the end of the movie, after he had sex, there was a happy ending. That was not meant to be a pun, by the way. But at the end, like he met the woman, and they fell in love, and it was live happily ever. It was like a fairy tale, and that is not what happened. Like the person I was with was very nice and all that, but we, parted ways, and I was the one, by the way, who broke it off because it was kind of a casual sex situation, and I didn't have feelings for her, and I didn't want to keep having sex with her because I didn't want to hurt her feelings, even though she was fine continuing to have casual sex, but I was not fine with it. So basically, I took a casual sex situation and stopped out of guilt. And that, my friends, is Judaism. That's what it was. That's what it was. But yeah. In fact, I remember I was like, I feel like I'm using you. And she said, can't we use each other? And I got to say, now that I've gone another 6 years without having sex, that's a solid question that you raised. I got to say, as somebody who didn't lose their virginity until they were 32, when the government says you have to maintain 6 feet of social distancing, I'm like, I can do 12. I can do 50. That's fine. You're not really. In fact, I'll tell you something. I'll really be in trouble if a disease ever comes along that forces me to be in groups. Like if I have to be in a group of 50 people or more to survive, that's where I'm going to lose my shit. That's where that's what's going to happen there. But I work at a comedy club, and it's been a hard year. It's hard to endure this. It's look at what we're doing right now. This is insane. We got 23 people on a Zoom call right now. That's what we're doing. I mean, and it's, I feel like the comedy club's done everything. We've done takeout. We're showing movies at a parking lot. We're giving meals to seniors. It's just, it's insane what we're doing. It's very bizarre what we're doing, and very stressful. It's fine. That's what I do. That's what I am. I don't want to. I'm not lying anymore. I don't want to lie and convey something that I am not. I live in an apartment that is 160 square feet. Guys, this Zoom room is bigger than my apartment. I can breathe in here. Basically, this lovely, very nice lady in North Hollywood converted her garage, her 2-car garage, into a double unit. A double unit. I'm living in a space that's designed for a Kia Spectra. And I got it. It has a shower that is the size of me. And here's how you get hot water. This is what I have to do to get hot water. I have to turn on the hot water faucet, turn on the shower, and then flush the toilet multiple times to get hot water. It's like I'm turning the crank on like a 1920 biplane just to get the hot water. So I don't want to bring someone in here to have sex. This is not. No one wants to go. You're not going to feel like having sex in this place. It's a coffin with moderately good plumbing. Now I have a neighbor. The wall is so thin, I consider him a roommate. It's to the point where there are times where I'm like, ooh, that might have been a pregnancy. Now recently, the hot water situation, which was tenuous at best, became no hot water, nothing. No matter how many times I flushed the toilets, no matter how many times I prayed to the rain gods, it didn't happen. So I go to the landlady and I say, hey, there's no hot water. And she said, yeah, I noticed that too. And so she said, well, let's go look at the hot water heater. So we go outside to the hot water heater. And the hot water heater has a device attached to it with a little light. And the light is supposed to blink every 3 seconds to let us know that it's working properly. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, it's the year 2020. I have a phone that can speak to me in complete sentences. Why am I dealing with a hot water heater that's speaking to me in Morse code? This thing belongs in the Roosevelt administration. Now, the light, it was not blinking once every 3 seconds. It was blinking rapidly. Da 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 da. And if I had to guess, my guess was that would translate to, hey, I noticed that too. Now, she proceeded to check the little card at the bottom that explains, what the different flashing lights means. And it says, if it flashes lights 6 times really quickly, that means that it's broken. So she goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then she turns to me and she says, "Did you count 6?" I said, "Yes." She counts again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She turns to me and she said, "Did you count 6?" I said, "Yes." She counts a third time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She turns to me. She says, "Did you count 6?" I said, "Yes." She does this 9 more times. And what I wanted to say to her is, if you don't believe the Morse code machine, why don't you ask your skin that was telling you that there's no hot water? So finally, I think what was happening, I think she was trying to deny it because she didn't want to have to pay for it. So like she was willing it to not be da 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 da, and it didn't happen. She didn't make her vision board wasn't good enough. It's broken. So she says, all right, I found out I had to order a part, but my plumber retired, so I got a friend who's going to come out. And don't worry, he's watched some YouTube videos. If you need something done and the person doing that thing has just watched YouTube videos to do that thing, it's over. You need to make peace and get your affairs in order and accept that life is impermanent. That's what you do. YouTube is the last bastion. Like if you're about to go into surgery and the doctor's like, "Well, I watched a YouTube video." You're about to really see if there's a heaven or not. That's basically all I can say about that. So I get a text from her saying, "Good news, he fixed the hot water heater." And then 30 minutes later, I get another text. "Never mind, it's leaking gas." Now, for a long time, I didn't really have a strong ending for this bit. But life has a way of providing that ending for me. Because eventually, a couple of weeks after that happened, there's no easy way for me to just say this to a room full of people, including my parents, but I shit my pants. I pooped my pants. It was one of those situations where I was 3 minutes from home, and my intestines said, "You got 2 minutes." And I said, "Can we negotiate?" And my intestines said, "No, you cannot." And I literally, like, it was right outside my place. I couldn't hold it anymore, and out it came, and it was terrible, awful. Once every 10 to 15 years, this happens to me, and it's because I know I'm allergic to milk. But I roll the dice. Okay, I live on the edge. And every now and then, my intestines, they make me pay. And so I was, I had to. It was a tremendous cleanup process. It was very harrowing. It was. I don't want to go into detail about it. But by God, when I had to take that shower, that post, what have I done to myself shower. And I had already been flushing the toilet 19 times. There was actually hot water. And that tells me that, you know what? Maybe there is a God. Because I've heard the phrase, the Buddha gives you just enough problems. And maybe the Buddha in that moment said, he pooped his pants, give him the hot water. But what can I do? This is who I am. This is what I am. I am also, I am bisexual. I'm more attracted to women than I am to men, and I'm afraid that that's something that's going to be appealing to neither sex. I don't understand, and I grew up in a time where the prevalent view of bisexuality was there's no such thing as bisexuality. You are either straight or gay, and if you say you're bisexual, that just means that you're gay and you're in denial. Or that you're gay and you're just trying to, and you're lying about it or whatever. But here's my question. If I were gay and I was telling people I was bisexual, wouldn't it be easier if I just lied and told them I was straight? That'd be like going up to someone and saying, hey, are you a Russian spy? And instead of saying, no, I'm not a Russian spy, they would say, oh, I'm only a Russian spy half the year. I'm kind of envious of the people who grow up now, because I think overall our attitudes towards sex are getting more logical. And now the nice thing is that it's other people are beginning to talk about gender fluidity and the notion that you can be one thing and then another thing, and that you don't have to be put into a box, which totally makes sense, because if you think because when I look at animals don't have these neuroses. When a dog humps a lamppost, it doesn't then go into its room and go, what does that mean about who I am? But our views on sexuality are insane. I remember they did a live action Beauty and the Beast a few years ago, and there was a to-do because there was a minor character, a minor supporting character who they hinted was gay. And they interviewed this woman who said, I can't take my children to see this movie now. What is she afraid is going to happen? Her child is going to go in, see a minor supporting character, wink at another minor supporting character, and come out wearing a dress? I don't think that's I want to make this abundantly clear. This is what I had to come to for myself. This is what I finally had to tell myself so that I could let go and stop judging myself. My penis wants whatever it wants. The job of my penis is to point at something and go, that! And it makes no sense for me to question it, because my penis will say, I'm not the brain. You're the brain. I just want that. I don't know why I want Justin Bieber. I just do. I gotta say, though, that I told my parents about it, and it led to one of the greatest conversations that I ever had with my father that I'm going to share with you right now. He said, no, I don't think you're gay. And I said, why do you think that? And he said, well, because everyone's a little bit gay. Everyone's had those feelings. I had that feeling once. And I said, you do tell. And he said, yeah, I saw a guy. I had the urge to kiss him. And then I said to myself, what? And the way that he said it, just the intonation, he suddenly, in that moment, he suddenly... Probably should have warned him that I was going to do the joke while he was watching the show. But my favorite moment was that when he said it, like he sounded like the Penguin from the '60s Batman series when he said "what." Literally, it sounded like that guy, the what's his name, the Penguin. Just look it up in the notes. Which was terrific. But yes, it was a beautiful father-son moment that I'm sure one of us regrets. Yeah, the bisexuality, that's fun. I find though that the more that I talk about it and I'm honest about it, I do feel better. And then that may lead to people going, well, you've never been with a guy, so how do you know? And my response to that is just check my internet history. Just take a look. Just ask the Russians or the CIA or whoever. They'll be like, yeah, he's pretty bi. Yeah, it's fine. A lot of bandwidth going both ways there. We're living in unprecedented times, as they say. And here's the only advantage I can see is this. Provided we survive this and things get better, we get to be that generation. I'm so sick of hearing about the World War II generation. The greatest generation. If our children have it better than we do, and not my children, that's probably not going to happen. Sorry, Mom and Dad. But collectively, if our children have it better than we did, we get to lord it over them. And we get to say, listen, when we were your age, we could not walk to school in the snow, uphill both ways. So you enjoy freezing your ass off. Because it's your right. All right, you guys have been great. My name is Joshua Snyder. Thank you very much.